Hi students, this is Mrs. Wilson. Hey, I am going to introduce you to your next lesson. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm gonna do that right here. And let me go into presentation mode. All right, so we are starting to learn about shapes. So this next project has to do with cutting, tearing, and pasting. First, let's do a quick shapes review. We know that there are two types of shapes. There are geometric shapes, which are our basic shapes that we think about that you know the names of. So basically, geometric shapes have names. So we got the square, which is this one, the rectangle, the circle, the triangle, heart, oval, the rhombus or the diamond, star, and there's others like parallelogram, trapezoid, and hexagon, pentagon, octagon. All of those are considered geometric shapes. And here we are. Here's our hexagon is right here. And then our trapezoid is going to be this one, which is like a triangle with the top cut off of it. And here is our diamond or rhombus, our square, our rectangle. We got our circle and our triangle. Here's our, what's this one? This is our parallelogram. Actually, squares and rectangles are also parallelogram. That just means these two lines here are the same and these two lines here are the same. And the square is the same thing. These are the same, these are the same. So that is what makes it a parallelogram. And these are our freeform shapes. Actually, there's tons of different freeform shapes. I just drew these out with my mouse really quickly so you could understand what they are, but they don't have a name. So it could be the outline of a key, or it could be the shape of a leaf. For example, here is a better description of that, where we have our geometric shapes here, which are either shapes that have names, or their shapes like this arrow, for example, is a triangle and a rectangle put together to make this geometric shape. All of these ones, there are no names for them. So you can see like the shape of a leaf, but there's no particular name that makes that up in a blob and such. So we're going to be taking geometric and freeform shapes, and we're going to be creating a collage this week. So a collage is basically when you take different pieces of paper or material and such, and we cut them out and we lay them down and affix them or glue them to another piece of paper. And it creates this visual collage. We'll be doing that. If you haven't already, we're going to be doing a quilt square, gluing geometric shapes to a piece of paper. And that's essentially what you're going to be doing with this collage. That's a collage. This is going to be a collage kind of to the next level. So this one is utilizing, in this first picture here by Kurt Switzers, it is using just pieces of paper, but it's also using what looks like magazine clippings of photographs and pictures and words, and they're all glued down in an interesting way to create this collage. Same thing with this one. You can see that there's some different kinds of writing, different color kinds of material, maybe some wallpapers, all glued down to create this piece of art. Now you can use other materials besides just paper and magazines and such to make these collages. In this one, actually, it's a combination of using scraps of material and other scraps of paper, but they also use some paints and such on top of it to create the picture. And this one's by Miriam Shapiro, and it's called I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can. And you can see that there's some dancers in this picture, this man with the top hat and the stick here. And here's a woman, here's her head, and you can see her arm here and her body, and she's got one leg, one knee up, and here's her other leg. And then this one looks more like a ballet dancer with her leg kicking back, and this one coming down like that. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is using either colored construction paper, or you can use a magazine and cut out pictures, or just color. Sometimes I like to use magazine, and I'll find like an ocean scene. I'll go, oh, I don't want the ocean. I just want the blue that the ocean creates. And I'll cut out like some triangles out of the blue color that maybe the ocean or the sky or something like that, or green that came from a tree. And once you have the shapes that you want, you're going to glue them down, and you're going to make a person, a place, or a thing. That is called a noun. You'll learn about those someday, but for now, we're just thinking of it. I want you to do some kind of a person, place, or a thing. An owl is a thing. So let me give you some other examples. So these are just ideas that were jotted down of what they could do with some different scraps. And you can see a chicken is a thing, a house is a thing, a cat is a thing, a person is a person. Not sure what this is on this one. So, but here are some examples that other students have done of person or people. So this is the whole body, and you can see that they actually tore the paper. So I think that is a really fun idea, to either tear and or cut. If you don't have scissors, you can tear everything. If you have scissors, you can cut everything if you want. But I think it's kind of fun to play around with tearing the paper and seeing what you can do with that. So I would encourage you to do that, but you can use scissors if you want. So here are some different examples of the person or people. Here's some examples of a place. So looks like they tore out some palm trees out of some black paper, put some mountains and some sky and the sun. And it looks like this one has some clouds and some flowers and some green grass and so forth. And here's one where it's got the sky and the mountains in the background, and then it's got this big, beautiful flower that was put on top of it. And here are some good examples of things. So this one, for example, is a pizza, and you can see that they cut out a big piece of yellow, and then they had circles and rectangles and squares and triangles even to lay down to make their pizza. And then you can see some other shapes that were cut out to make the animals, with the mouse and the cat. And then yummy, look at how they tore the paper to make these ice cream cones. So have fun with this project. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I want you to make sure that you put your name somewhere on it, and when I see you next, bring it in, and we can either hang them up in the classroom, or we can put them in your sketchbook, sketchbooks, to keep them there forever and ever. So, all right, good luck, have fun, and we'll see you soon. Oh, I was also going to say before I go, if you don't have construction paper or magazines, if you go to your recycle bin in your house, I bet you there's some good stuff you could use there. Even old cereal boxes make great colored things that you can tear up and glue down onto a piece of paper. So can't wait to see you, and can't wait to see your creations. See you soon. Bye-bye.